president scored a very big win over the weekend when the Senate passed new legislation called the Inflation Reduction Act. The bill focuses on three big things. It allows the government to negotiate the cost of some prescription drugs, bringing down costs for people. It extends Affordable Care Act subsidies, and it has nearly $400 billion to reduce carbon emissions. This is the largest single investment in climate ever. On the other hand, Republicans claim the bill will raise taxes and could hurt workers and their wages. But here's the question. Is this bill enough to help President Biden win back voters, or is this too little, too late? DBL Nation, we want to know what you think. Go to dblvote.com. Lindsay, with like 3 out of 4 Democrats saying we don't want Biden to run in 2024, including myself. I do not want him to run. Do you think this is enough to actually help him and push him and say, hey, wait a minute, Joe?
Well, I think some big moves have to be made, not only before the midterms, but also before 2024, if he actually is going to be the person to run. And between the gun bill and then these are some big moves. But I think there have been critics of what's going on. Even Bernie Sanders, who's like beloved in the party. He was on MSNBC recently and was like, this does nothing for people that are worried about the economy right now. So people are going to go into the midterms, which people who are Democrats want the Democrats to control the House and the Senate after the midterms. But they're going to go in voting saying, how am I looking at the most pressing issues and how is this bill affecting them? Some of these things don't get implemented until 2025. And so people are looking at right now and saying, okay, well, this bill is not really going to affect me. Over 10 years, sure. But people want to know, what is Biden doing right now to battle inflation, handle the economy, and do some things that they're worried about this exact moment and voting on in a couple months.
Jeff, what do you say?
Raising taxes during an inflation, is that the answer?
Well, they're not over people who are making over $400,000. That's the only people getting taxed. So anyone making under $400,000, which is a lot of us, you will not get higher taxes. But it is not showing a huge amount of inflation reduction.
What I don't like is that the IRS is getting new employees in the tune of 87,000.
Yeah, they're at 7% right now. They have no one.
Okay, that's a lot of people, and I got to tell you, full disclosure, I got audited for a business that I had when I lived in Los Angeles, and one of those businesses made about $9 grand that year. So the state of Illinois is coming to get their piece. This is straight up mafia stuff.
No, I know, it is ridiculous.
I was in California. They weren't even part of it. I earned my money in California, right?
Yeah, right.
And Illinois wants their piece because that's where the business was. I mean, you might as well shake me down with a pinstripe suit. Now you got 87,000 more?
Well, do you think this bill is going to do well? Erica, what do you think? Will it help Biden at least get more Democrats? I mean, this is a big move.
I agree with Lindsay. We're very much in a what have you done for me lately, and how is that quantified in our lives? When people are talking about like big moves, they don't want to necessarily hear about it. They want to see it and experience it in their pockets.
Right.
So until that happens, then I don't think it changes the needle on anyone's opinion on Biden.
See, I think it makes a big difference here. I think addressing climate change for the first time at $400 billion for renewable energy is big. I think having a cap at $2,000 for out-of-pocket prescription for people, our audience certainly, is big.
But that specific thing doesn't go into effect till 2025. So
Correct.
People who are struggling financially right now are going to continue struggling.
Agreed.
For quite some
However,
time.
legislation often says it'll take place at this point in time, and the Affordable Care Act subsidies will last for 3 years. I also appreciate the corporate tax. How about that? If you're a corporation making over $1 billion, you've got a 15% tax coming. And you know what? We need that. That'll be $300 billion in revenue that we certainly need to finally get us to the amount of fuel emissions and other things that we need, like infrastructure in this country. So let's see what the DBL Nation has thought of this. Will it help Biden win back voters? No. 58% of you, 42% of you say yes. I also don't want him to run, but I do think he could go out well on this high. That's where I think he should go be a one-termer and leave at the top, like Seinfeld.
The top?
Yeah, this is a big bill.
Top.
It's an enormous
top is different than our top.
Yeah.
No, it's healthcare, taxes, and it's dealing with Medicare, and it's dealing with climate change. Those are three major things he got passed.
I feel like the 87,000 new employees, you could put them a lot. I don't know. It just seems like a lot for the IRS. You know what I mean?
The IRS is defunct. It's below 10% at capacity.
The border could use some new employees. There's other places that could, inner city, school teachers. I mean, like, there's other places where we could use some new employees. The IRS to come get our money gangster style, I don't know if I like that.
I agree with you. I'm just saying they're at no capacity. It's 90% unemployed at the IRS. It's like no one's working there. Except for the people who audit.
Taking Jeff down. They're on call.
It's
I'd like to find that guy.